Hello, hello, hello. I'm Andrea Stevens,
And I'm Jeanette Mejias, and we are Web's Women.
where exposure brings strength, especially today and all week long and all month long and all year long.
And why is that?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I couldn't agree with you more. I'm excited that International Women's Day was on Monday, March 8th, and it's Women History Month, according to, you know, um, everything that you hear out in social media, and everyone is really excited to see women up and rising and kind of just really owning their strong. And I love that this month highlights strong, amazing women.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to hear the stories, I liked, I like to hear everyone's truth. I think it's empowering. It's special. It brings a lot of attention, I guess, to women in business, women at home, women all over the place. Right. I mean, I consider Women's Day every day.
Yeah, I do too. And I love, I guess I never really realized that International Women's Day, there's history behind that, started back in 1913, and there's different themes through the years. And this year, the theme is choose to challenge. And I think that's really great that they have these different themes. But one of the themes that I love is about celebrating women's achievements. I can certainly get behind that. I love seeing women who are striving and who are successful, doing their thing, running the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're just handling their
Yeah.
business. You hear it all the time, boss babe, female hustler. I mean, it's just like women are really rising. I have to say, if we look back generationally, and where we're at now, I mean, like, it's just amazing.
Yeah. There's a big difference. I mean, I think a lot of, the support, women's support is so important. I can't say that enough. Women supporting women is so important.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of reasons why I feel that way, but when years ago, years ago, I wanted to start a women's networking organization because the women's group that I belonged to back in 2000, oh my gosh, what was it? 2005, I don't know, 6, something like that. I was in a room. I walked into a room at early 30s, walked into this room, and the women in this room, in the group, they could only allow 50, and they had women waiting to be a part of this networking organization. And I was in other networking groups, and through the years, I've been through other networking groups, but this was the bond that these women created outside of this group. I just wanted to never leave. And then I moved to another state and I noticed there's nothing like this, nothing. So if there's nothing like it, I need to start it. And so I mimicked what that group was doing just because it didn't exist in the other states that I lived in. So, I saw the vision and the power in that room, and I won't forget it. I won't forget, my networking organization, that every time I moved to a different state, I just formed a chapter because I felt it was super important. And for me, I was in multi-level marketing. I was a stay-at-home mom. I had a young baby, but I needed support. Not just I wanted to support other women. I needed the support too.
Absolutely.
And so, I met other moms and all that. So I think that this is, it's huge. Women supporting women, huge. I mean, it's men supporting women. Absolutely. Women supporting men. Absolutely. But women supporting women is also, it's
It's
a different, there's a difference there with women.
Well, it's powerful because, at the end of the day, women oftentimes are very catty and very jealous and are very competitive and
emotional.
Yeah, and that's a history, right? That's like reality. That's what happens. And then when you form a culture or you
Mhm,
develop a culture of women who really are genuinely happy for your success, who want to
mhm,
contribute to your success, who wants to celebrate and they're genuine and authentic about it, then there's power behind that because no one should ever be jealous of anybody's
mhm.
successes. And there's just so much power when women unite. Just a firm believer. I mean, hey, listen, there's power when the world unites, right?
Right,
So, I mean,
right,
but there's
right.
just power in unity, period. But,
Exactly. Yeah.
I just think
But
I love,
when women acknowledge other women, there is, when they say you lift, you're lifting them up, you can almost feel someone lifting you up.
yeah,
I feel
absolutely.
like, um,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah,
You
but
feel,
there's a lot of challenges out there too. I mean, I think that, there's a lot, there's women that are in, let's say, you're in the same industry as someone else, and you have to, I mean, I sometimes I think like, and I have in the past, felt as though, well, we're kind of competitors, right? But in the end, like I've grown and you know, I've had, some things happen with me that I just feel like I don't understand that anymore, I guess, or that thought process of competition, because we really are not in competition with anybody else. Your story and my story are two different stories. Your reasons for doing what you do, it might be that we might do the same thing, but your reason behind it and my reason behind it and my journey and your journey, they're two separate journeys, right? And
yeah,
so, you're not the same. It could be the same industry that you guys are in, but it's not the same. There's no competition there. There
right. I
really
think,
isn't.
and speaking in competition, I mean, the only competition you have is yourself at the end of the day. It's
Right.
nobody else. You in the
Yeah.
mirror, you're the competition.
Right.
No one
Yeah.
else,
Right.
when
When you
you
leave this
own that.
world, yeah, you leave this
Yeah,
world, you go alone. Nobody's coming with you.
yeah.
You
So
know,
you
I mean,
absolutely, and you got
yeah.
to own that. And so I love seeing, the power behind, a day that has so much significance
Hmm.
and history and
Yeah.
just seeing, so many women acknowledging, it's all about
Hmm.
noticing and acknowledging.
Yeah.
And we need more of that, especially now more than
Yeah.
ever. And I'm excited. I'm all about,
Yeah.
elevating and,
Hmm.
um, you know,
And it's not just in business, right? I mean,
no, no.
I am so busy. I feel like I've been so busy being busy, right? That I have not really communicated with a lot of my really close friends because I'm always doing something, right? And so for me yesterday, when I hear International Women's Day, I'm always in work mode, right? So I feel like I'm always in work mode. So for me to acknowledge my friends, not in business, but in life, for me, International Women's Day is about life,
Hmm.
women and life. So I yesterday wanted to acknowledge my homegirls from Niagara Falls. I mean, they're all in Niagara Falls still, except for me.
Hmm.
So, they're important to me. And so I wanted to acknowledge them for just being my girls, Women's Day,
Right.
my girls, and acknowledge them. And then, I shared a picture of our toast and everything else that we did years ago because we haven't been together in so long, you
Yeah.
know. And
And
so I think that, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No. No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, finish your thought because you said that you were
I
you
don't
took
know
a
what I was going
picture.
to
You were
say.
you were taking a
Um,
picture with them, and that was the last time you were with
oh,
them, right?
yeah.
You posted a picture,
Yeah,
right?
I wasn't. Yeah, and because I haven't been with them in so long, and these memories pop up on social media, and
Hmm.
I'm like, if I don't, I feel like I need to be better, right? Because I talk to people all day long for business, but my friends, how often have I gotten a chance to really talk to them?
Hmm.
I mean, not that we're not friends because I talk to to you every week. But
Right,
my
right,
friends
right.
from home, from Niagara Falls, I don't see and I don't talk to enough, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And so on Women's Day, they're all moms, you know, they're all out there fighting their own battles. They've all had a long 2020, you know, and just acknowledging them and a salute to them. I wanted to make sure I did on International Women's Day,
That's
you
awesome.
know?
And that's what it's
So,
about. Just, acknowledging those who've contributed to your successes or just
mhm,
contributed to you as a person.
as a person. Mhm.
Um, that's really, important. And the fact that you took the time to do that, I'm sure carries a lot of gravity. So I love that. I think that, in the
Well,
spirit of this conversation, you know, we need to be aware and always, constantly recognizing,
mhm.
those all
Yeah.
the time, not just using the one day or it's Woman History Month. To me,
Mhm.
life is what you make of it, and I like the way you said
Yeah.
in the beginning when we, kicked off, you felt like, hey, this is our month. This is like all day, every day, all year. It's not just, acknowledging the day. So I love that.
Yeah. Well, and I want to acknowledge you because you are like the rock star acknowledger, lifter upper. You
Oh,
are.
why? Thank
You
you.
are.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate that.
you listen, I have really like I've watched you now for I don't know, 2 years, 2.5 years now. Um, and I've listened to you and I've seen you support so many people, not just women, but so many people along the way in these last few years that I admire that. And I want to be you when I grow up. And I think, and I think that you are just a cheerleader for everyone.
Thank
So
you.
I want to
Thank you.
thank you for that because you've shown me, I've looked and said, I think that there's not that it's not there inside of me that I feel that way. It's that I don't let it out enough.
Hmm.
You learn about it when you see, when you see other people and you start to, I guess just see other people do so many good things in the world. And there's so many people doing so many great things to help so many people. And I think saying something, say something, where everybody says, if you see something, say something.
Yeah.
It's in
Yeah.
all, that's everywhere. It's not just if you see something, say something, if it's something that's political or something that's racial or whatever it is, religious, whatever it is. I think see something, say something is every day, all the time,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, thank you
and don't
so
be scared.
much.
So yeah,
I
you're my,
appreciate you acknowledging me, and that means a
yeah, you
lot to
are.
me. Thank you so much. I mean, I really come from, a true, genuine servant heart. I enjoy celebrating others. I enjoy, supporting, those who I can't really quite explain it, but it just kind of comes more natural to me to kind of just like lean in and listen. And I know
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
importance the importance it has been for me, when I've been through, different
Mm-hmm.
trials and tribulations, and I've had,
Right.
we're women tribe, right? We find our tribe, and I feel
Right.
like
Right.
there's no question you're part of my woman tribe, and my tribe has expanded, and you know, and the beautiful part about, you know, and I'm going back to culture, but the beautiful part about meeting amazing, dynamic, unique women who have such like a spirit, I really believe that you attract,
Mm-hmm.
what, who you are. And I'm
Yeah.
thankful through my growth that my circle is a circle of really powerful, authentic, genuine, spirited, strong women, caring, compassionate, but badass at the same time. It's such a mix of beautiful,
It's just,
like beautiful of everything. And I love that. It's like, I'm grateful and I'm thankful that I have that you know, in my circle, I have that in you. I have that, in my community of really powerful, amazing women that just make me smile. Their shine, I smile and I feel it's my shine too, because it is, it really is. And,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I always say, if you can't clap, for somebody else's success, you need to take a real good, hard look at where you are
Right.
internally. There's something not
Exactly.
jiving in yourself, because no one should have a spirit that way. So that's what I'm all about this month, because I feel it's like extra, and it's so like, I'm a part of so many different groups that they're just like
Yeah.
taking it like and running with it. And I love it. I love all the
Yeah.
powerful quotes they put in there about women. And
Yeah.
that's great. That's what
Yeah.
it should
And
be
it,
about.
it comes down to heart, right? It comes down to heart.
It
Heart and
always
soul,
does,
you know?
Andrea. That's your,
Always.
that's your motto. And it
I
always
reel it in with the
it
heart.
always boils down to that, right? Every time when we talk, every time when we even talk to our guests. I mean, think about it. Wes,
Right.
our boy Wes. If that guy ain't all heart, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
I mean, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Our recent,
Truth. Cheryl.
She amazing. Barb.
Roots. All of them.
Roots. Yeah. Every single guest.
I mean, it
is like insane. The fabric of their being is all heart. And it's like, yes, I can get behind all of that.
One thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have a party with all of our guests.
And Trish. Let's not forget Trish and Kat.
And Trish,
And Kat
and
who kicked it off.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I mentioned all of our guests, because they have been incredible.
I know.
I'm here, of course. I highlight.
It's been a ride.
I highlight Wes, because how can we not highlight Wes? I mean, that's our boy, and plus he's like the first guy to get on our podcast. So kudos to him on that. But
he's been the only man on here.
We're gonna have to increase that. Yeah.
I know.
Yes. Although I think he's okay with that.
He doesn't. He loves it, I'm sure.
Yeah, he doesn't care. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah. But you know what? I think we both, there's just so much with Women's Day, so much with International Women's Day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, I mean, I can't, sometimes I can't get out what I want to get out on this podcast. I'm better at writing. Sometimes I feel like I'm better at writing, but I'm not really good at reading a script, because then it doesn't feel like it comes from the heart. Do you know what I mean? Like if I wrote something, when I read it back, I don't feel what I felt when I wrote it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, but I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of all the women in business that we've always dealt with. I'm proud of all of our friends and our family, and
me too. Same.
all the women surrounding us, and and they all are badasses, or else we wouldn't be who we are, right?
Yeah. I mean,
that's the
we
truth.
know that, I have to say everybody, as much as, I hear like I inspire people, but the reality is the people that are surrounded by me equally inspire me as well. And I always learn something from someone, because, I feel like that's really what life is about. It's about learning and growing and honoring and, giving yourself grace and all of what's happening. And, I love that, if it takes a platform such as International Women's Day, that people take that one day to let yourself roar, then that's one day that you get to do that. Then roar. But I invite people to not just, go by just that one day, honor that day, but every day honor yourself, celebrate yourself, but most importantly, celebrate, each other,
Yeah.
It's just so
that's what makes
important.
that's what makes the difference.
Absolutely.
Is every day wake up with intention, wake up, with validation for yourself, for other people, And yeah,
Yeah.
I,
And hey, listen, I'm a strong woman because a strong woman raised me. A strong woman,
yeah.
has been my, my rock. And I've learned a lot, from a woman who didn't have all the opportunities that I had. And she was able to accomplish so much,
Yeah.
with little education, and that says a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot to be said for that. So
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I love that little woman.
yes,
She's so cute.
hiding. Maybe she'll make a debut, laughing or saying God
Yeah.
knows what.
Yeah. You know what I have to say? I had two really strong parents, both very strong. I am lucky. I am blessed. I am a little hard, rough around the edges.
Gotta soften you up a little bit, Andrea.
The inside soft, the outside not so much.
Well, that's okay. You know what?
But
there's always, room to chisel away a little bit, chisel away a little bit. But you know what? But being true to who you are, because that is who you are anyhow. So,
yeah.
Yeah. And I love who you are. I love who you are, Andrea. I think it's important that, I value you, our friendship. I think that us, meeting wasn't a coincidence. I'm grateful for, for us meeting and developing a great, friendship. And
and everything happens for a reason, I feel like. And
yeah, absolutely.
It was definitely. When we look back, I think now,
like, you're definitely a lifetime friend for me. Whether our podcast, continues or not.
Fizzles.
Right. Well,
whether it fizzles or not, it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we're still going to be doing great things together.
Absolutely.
Whether it's in this forum or other forums, I see a lot of possibilities in us. I'm learning to practice pausing, and pausing is good. And there was a time where I said, pausing is not good, because pausing means I'm not doing anything. And then I would have all these narratives. But what I'm learning is pausing is very good. Good to pause. It's good to just sit back and really reevaluate. And really, take your time. There's no rush, and whatever is brewing inside of you, or whatever, in my case, I can speak for myself and my self-discovery, I'm excited what will come out of that. And not getting anxious because I'm not wherever that, however that narrative is. And I'm okay with that. I think, I see a lot of good things, coming from the pause. So.
Yeah, I think a break is good, right? A pause, a break.
Pauses, breaks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was fun.
It was fun. It's always fun.
Yeah, it's always fun. It's always fun. But talking about Women's Day and women, I love it. I love it talking about it with you. So
me too. I love it too. And I hope that our audience enjoyed our conversation. And if you can let us know what your strengths are or who that you admire, we would love to hear your comments after our broadcast, because we love learning and hearing from you. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me, Andrea. You're always such a delight to just chat with.
You too.
And I can't wait to hang out with you next week.
Yes, absolutely.
So remember, everyone, you're listening to Web's Women,
where exposure brings strength.